A black guy like you serving my customers? That's disgusting. You people belong in the back with the trash. Rick Palmer leaned back in his corner booth at table 12, the interview table. His kingdom. His voice oozed arrogance as he flipped through the job applications like lottery tickets. Alex Walker stood before him, mid-40s, dark skin, rough hands worn from 15 years of kitchen work, a quiet dignity in his eyes. His jacket was faded, but his spine was straight. Palmer smirked, ripped Alex's application in half, and let the pieces fall onto the table like discarded napkins. Dishwasher, $7.25 an hour. Alex didn't blink. The posting says line cook, $12.85. Palmer laughed. That's for professionals, not for people who look like you. I'll take it, Alex said calmly. Palmer raised an eyebrow. Smart. 4:30 tomorrow. Don't be late. Your kind usually is. Alex walked out through the Edison-lit dining room, past the customers sipping wine and waiters pretending not to hear. He reached his car, smiled faintly in the rearview mirror. Rick Palmer had no idea. He'd just scheduled his own downfall, 72 hours left, 4 days earlier. Andrew Anderson, founder and CEO of Harvest & Home, watched dawn spill over the Atlanta skyline from his glass-walled corner office. 15 years ago, he'd started with a single food truck. Now, 32 locations, $150 million in annual revenue. His desk was mahogany, his coffee untouched, his heart heavy. A certified letter lay before him, Harper & Associates, Employment Law. 8 employees from his flagship store were threatening a class-action lawsuit. Wage theft, discrimination, hostile environment, impossible. Rick Palmer ran that location, his best man, his model manager. He called Palmer. The man's voice came bright, confident. Morning, boss. What's up? Rick, I received a letter. Multiple employees. Serious allegations. A pause. Barely half a second. Ah, that. Just a few disgruntled staff. You know how it is. Some folks don't like being held accountable. I've got it handled. Andrew stared at his company's mission statement framed on the wall. Dignity, opportunity, trust. Send me the documentation, he said. Absolutely, sir. End of day. That night, Andrew couldn't sleep. His wife, Eleanor, found him sitting in the dark, staring at an old photo, their first food truck, hand-painted letters fading. What if, he whispered, I built something beautiful on a rotten foundation? She squeezed his shoulder. Then you go see it, not as the boss, as someone who'd know. By sunrise, Andrew had made a decision that would change everything. He called his lawyer. Give me 1 week before filing. I'm not investigating. I'm applying. He opened his laptop and typed the name that would make history. Alex Walker. 15 years kitchen experience. Ready to start immediately. In the reflection of the screen, Andrew Anderson smiled grimly. Time to meet the man running his empire and see what his family had become. The man in the mirror looked nothing like a CEO. Andrew Anderson, now Alex Walker, studied the stranger staring back. The Rolex was gone, replaced by a scratched Timex. The tailored suits were swapped for a Goodwill Carhartt jacket and worn jeans. He'd built an empire, but now he needed to learn if that empire was built on sand. At 3:45 a.m. across town, Sarah Williams's alarm shrieked in the dark. Her body ached before her feet hit the floor. Her 8-year-old daughter, Lily, stirred under the blanket they shared. In the next room, Grandma Rose snored softly beside Jacob. Sarah kissed both kids goodbye, whispering promises she didn't know she could keep. The Honda Civic coughed to life like an old smoker. 40 minutes to Harvest & Home. 40 minutes back. Gas light blinking. Transmission slipping. Bank balance. 127.43 hour. Payday was 9 days away. At 4:42 a.m., Sarah pushed through the back door of the flagship Atlanta location. The kitchen smelled like bleach, burnt chicken, and exhaustion. Fluorescent lights flickered overhead. She reached for the time clock. Hold up, Sarah. Rick Palmer's voice. That fake casual tone of command, echoed from his office, coffee in hand, smug grin in place. "We're overstaffed this morning. Clock in at 7:30. That's 3 hours. You can head home, wait in your car, up to you." He smiled, the smile of a man who knew she couldn't afford to leave. She waited in her car, freezing. The notebook under her seat, her secret weapon, came out again. Day 236, forced split shift, 3 hours unpaid. Total stolen this week, 118. Total documented, $14,200. On the cover, for when I'm ready. Sarah wasn't ready yet, but she was close. At 7:30, she clocked in. Palmer gave his usual smirk. "That's my reliable girl." Reliable. The word burned now. By 10 a.m., he cut her again. Slow morning. Clock out. Back at 2. Another unpaid gap. She didn't argue. Just clocked out, opened her phone, and watched Know Your Rights. Wage theft in the workplace for the 18th time. But this time, she let herself imagine change. Just a flicker, dangerous but alive. At 11:45 p.m., her double shift ended. Palmer handed her an envelope. 7 hours. Rounded up. Good work today. She took it, said nothing, photographed her time card, and the one Palmer kept in his office. 11 hours worked. 7.5 paid. Evidence. Meanwhile, Andrew sat in a Goodwill parking lot, surrounded by thrift store clothes. His wife's voice echoed in his ear. "Send investigators. Do it the right way." "What's the right way, Eleanor?" he said quietly. "A sanitized report that tells me nothing?" "It's not your appearance I'm worried about. It's what you'll find." He swallowed hard. "Then I fix it. All of it." By 2 p.m., Alex Walker walked through the front doors of Harvest and Home. His heart pounded. The dining room gleamed, reclaimed wood, Edison bulbs, the dream he'd sold investors. At the hostess stand, Rick Palmer looked up, assessing, dismissive. "Help you?" "I'm here about the kitchen job." "Alex Walker." Palmer's eyes flicked over him. Age, skin, posture, the instant judgment of a man who thought he'd seen everything. 15 years experience, huh? You okay with early hours? Some of our guys aren't reliable. Andrew caught the pause, the code, the bias. He nodded. "I'm reliable." Palmer's smirk widened. "Trial shift, 4:30 a.m., don't be late." For the first time in years, Andrew smiled back, not as a CEO, but as a man going undercover in his own creation. Tomorrow, the truth would begin. "People who can't cut it don't last long," Rick Palmer said with a smirk, shaking the hand of a man he thought was just another desperate applicant. Andrew Anderson, under the name Alex Walker, met his gaze. The irony hit him hard. He was shaking hands with his own employee, his own general manager, the man who controlled his company's most profitable location. "See you tomorrow, Alex," Palmer said. Andrew nodded, walked out into the night, and slid behind the wheel of his borrowed 10-year-old Camry. The seat smelled faintly of motor oil and dust, real, grounding things. His hands trembled as he started the car. He was in. Tomorrow, he'd see the truth beneath the numbers that had made him proud. He didn't sleep. At 4:15 a.m., the parking lot was half empty, bathed in sickly yellow light. 3 cars. One was that battered Honda Civic again, the one that had sat unmoving the day before. Inside, unseen, Sarah Williams was finishing a silent prayer over a thermos of black coffee. Andrew stepped through the back door into the humming fluorescent void. The air reeked of bleach, fryer grease, and fatigue. A woman stood at the prep station, slicing onions with mechanical rhythm. "Morning," he said softly. She looked up, eyes dull from exhaustion. "You're the new guy, Alex." "That's right, Sarah." She didn't smile, just said, "Don't clock in yet." "Why?" No answer. Just the steady rhythm of the knife. Slice, slice, slice. Moments later, Palmer emerged with his coffee and corporate confidence. "Alex, ready to work?" "Yes, sir." Palmer checked the time, 4:28 a.m. "Good. You'll clock in at 5:30 when we open. We'll do some training first." Andrew's chest tightened. "But I'm here now." "Right. Training isn't paid. Company policy." Palmer's grin didn't waver. "Sarah can show you the ropes." Sarah met Andrew's eyes for half a second. "See it now?" they said silently. "This is how it starts." He worked an hour unpaid before sunrise. By 6 a.m., his hands were blistered, his back screaming. He'd forgotten this kind of pain, the kind you can't delegate. Sarah passed him burn cream without a word. "You're bleeding." "Thanks." A flicker of respect passed between them, quiet, fragile, real. At 9:30 a.m., Palmer appeared again. Clock out, back at 2. 5 hours worked, 1 paid. Andrew walked out, sat in his car. In the next row, Sarah's Civic stayed still. She wasn't leaving either. After 10 minutes, she reclined the seat and tried to sleep. He felt something crack open inside him. Guilt, fury, shame. Palmer hadn't built efficiency, he'd built entrapment. By 2 p.m., Andrew was back in the kitchen. Sarah was already there, hair damp from washing her face in the sink. Palmer clapped his hands. "Lunch rush, people! Let's move!" Orders flew. Oil hissed, heat pressed down like punishment. At 4 p.m., a young black buser, Thomas, arrived. "You're on bathrooms today," Palmer barked. Thomas hesitated. "During dinner rush? Unless you'd rather clock out." Andrew watched him disappear toward the restrooms. The only black busser pulled from the floor. The others, all white, stayed where the tips flowed. Discrimination disguised as rotation. At 6 p.m., the front door opened. A young white woman breezed in, earbuds dangling. "Sorry I'm late, Uncle Rick." Palmer's tone melted into honey. "Traffic, sweetheart? Take tables 12 through 18. Big night." Tables 12-18. The high-tip section. Sarah had been waiting 4 years for that chance. Katie Palmer had been here 6 weeks. Andrew's stomach twisted as he plated salmon, sweat stinging his eyes. Palmer suddenly appeared, waving a burnt pan. "This your best work, Alex? Because this is garbage. You wasting my food now?" Andrew swallowed every instinct to explode, to remind this man who signed his checks. Instead, "No, sir. Won't happen again." "It better not." Palmer hurled the pan into the sink and stormed off. Sarah appeared beside him, voice barely a whisper. "Breathe. Don't give him a reason." "A reason for what?" "To make you quit. That's how he keeps the numbers clean." By 9 p.m., Palmer locked himself in his office. Through the window, Andrew saw it. A gunmetal cabinet, a manila folder, 2 sets of handwritten time cards. 1 real, 1 fake. Evidence. The shift ended at 11:45 p.m. 14 hours worked, 7 paid. Palmer handed him an envelope. "Rounded up, $90. Not bad for your first day." Andrew smiled faintly. "Thank you, sir. Same time tomorrow, 4:30. Outside, the night was silent. Sarah sat in her Civic again, motionless, head bowed. Andrew wanted to tell her the truth, that he was there to save her, to burn the rot out of this place. But not yet. He texted Eleanor from the roadside. "It's worse than the letter said, much worse." Her reply came instantly. "Come home." "Can't. Not yet. 3 more days." He stared down at the Harvest and Home logo on his grease-stained uniform. His logo, his dream, now his reckoning. Day 3. The ache had settled into Andrew's bones, deep and defiant, the kind of pain you earn. He rolled out of bed at 3:45 a.m., jaw clenched as his spine protested. On the kitchen counter, 3 ibuprofen waited like soldiers. Eleanor appeared in the doorway, robe pulled tight, voice barely a whisper. "This is killing you." "Good," he muttered, swallowing the pills dry. "I need to know what it costs." By 4:30 a.m., he was back in the fluorescent hell. Sarah Williams was already there, shoulders hunched, slicing tomatoes in silence. Their eyes met. No words, just the smallest nod. A ritual now. Two people who understood the same quiet war. At 3 p.m., Palmer swaggered in, coffee in one hand, phone in the other. "District manager meeting. Be back around 6, he said. "Alex, Sarah, hold the fort." Then he left. The parking lot camera caught his car pulling away. Andrew waited. 10 minutes, 20, 45. His pulse quickened. 3 hours. The office is yours. He walked through the back hallway, each step a moral test. He wasn't just crossing a line, he was erasing it. Yes, he owned this company. Yes, he could access any record. But today, he wasn't Andrew Anderson, the CEO. He was Alex Walker, line cook, trespassing on his own empire. The office door was unlocked, Palmer's arrogance on full display. Andrew entered. The filing cabinet loomed like a vault. "Payroll, authorized personnel only." A post-it glowed under the keyboard. 04 on 5. Palmer's hire date. The code. The combination clicked. Inside, 3 manila folders. House Cards 2023. House Cards 2024. House Cards 2025. Jan-May. Andrew's hands trembled as he opened the 2025 file. 15 names. Handwritten notes in Palmer's neat, cold script. Slow day, sent home early. Split shift, no clock in. Bathroom duty off record. He cross-referenced the handwritten cards with digital records. The math hit like a gut punch. Sarah Williams, 47 hours worked, 32 paid. Thomas Johnson, 44 worked, 28 paid. Maria Rodriguez, 51 worked, 30 paid. 15 workers, 15 to 20 hours stolen every week, $3,000 per month, $36,000 per year from one store. Then came the spreadsheet, Palmer's personal trophy. Labor cost savings 2024, 14,180 hours not paid. Margin improvement 52,380, bonus earned $50,000. He'd tracked his theft like a KPI. Andrew's stomach turned. The corporate incentive plan, his incentive plan, had literally rewarded Palmer for robbing his people. Then he saw the email, a printed thread. Palmer, Davis, District Manager 2022. How do you keep labor costs so low? Davis, split shifts, house cards, keep it on paper. Corporate doesn't audit if numbers look good. Been doing it for years. Palmer, genius. Thanks for the mentorship. Davis, tell C.C. Morrison in Portland. He'll love it. Andrew's blood ran cold. This wasn't one corrupt manager. This was policy by omission. He snapped 23 photos, each one a confession in pixels. Then, the sound. A door creaked. Footsteps. Andrew shoved the files back, spun the lock, slipped out. Phone still in his hand. Sarah stood in the doorway. Her eyes darted to the office, then to him. The phone. The tremor in his hand. For 3 seconds, silence. Then, "Who are you?" she whispered. "That's a $300 phone, and your hands, they're not kitchen hands." Andrew froze. "I don't know if you're corporate or media or a cop," Sarah said, voice shaking, "but I need to know. Are you here to help us or bury us?" He made the only choice left, pulled out his wallet. "My name isn't Alex Walker," he said quietly. "I'm Andrew Anderson. I own this company, and I need your help." Her face drained of color. "You?" "I went undercover after I got a letter. 8 employees threatening to sue. I had to see for myself." Sarah's disbelief turned to rage. "You're the CEO. You hired Palmer. You gave him that $50,000 bonus for stealing from us." "I didn't know." "Then you didn't want to know." Her voice cracked, but she didn't cry. "I've been documenting everything for 8 months. Photos, notes, every dollar he stole from me. $14,200 gone." Andrew's voice softened. "Why didn't you come to corporate?" "I did," she said. 6 calls, 2 emails? Nobody called back. Your systems don't work for people like me. They work for people like him. He felt it. The unbearable weight of truth, the hotline, the policy manuals, the slogans, empty doors in a locked house. "You're right," Andrew said, barely audible. "Everything you said. You're right. I failed you." Sarah didn't answer. She just looked at him, the man who built her cage, and for the first time, he understood what leadership really cost. "I failed everyone here." Andrew's voice was low but steady, the kind of honesty that leaves nowhere to hide. He met Sarah's eyes. "But I'm here now, and I can fix this, if you'll help me." Sarah crossed her arms, her expression carved from 4 years of betrayal. "Why should I?" "Because firing Palmer isn't enough," Andrew said. "He's not the disease, he's a symptom. The system that made him possible. I built that. I need to dismantle it. But I can't do that without you. Without understanding what you've lived through, what I never saw." Sarah studied him for a long, skeptical moment. "What happens when you fire Palmer?" "Corporate investigates, finds nothing else wrong. You make a speech about integrity, and we all go back to pretending things changed. I've seen that movie." Andrew's jaw tightened. "No speeches, no pretending. Palmer gets fired. Davis, the district manager who taught him, faces criminal charges. Every store gets audited. A worker committee is created. With real power." Sarah raised an eyebrow. "And me?" He hesitated. "I'm offering you Palmer's job." Her eyes widened. "I'm a prep cook." "You're a leader," Andrew said. "You've been documenting injustice, protecting others, risking everything. You saw rot and refused to look away. That's what this place needs, not another manager, a conscience." Sarah's voice softened, but her guard stayed up. "What power would I actually have? Can I fire someone? Change policy? Or is this just a shiny title?" "Full authority," Andrew said. "If I ever overrule you, the new Worker Advisory Board can veto me. You'll answer to them, not me." Silence stretched. Then Sarah glanced at the clock. "He'll be back in 40 minutes. "I know." "And you want to confront him?" "I want us to confront him." Sarah looked at her phone, at the folder of evidence that had become her shield, then at the photo of her kids smiling on her lock screen. Her jaw set. "Fine, but I'm recording everything. If you break your promise, the world will know." Andrew nodded. "Good. Hold me accountable. That's your job now." 5:50 p.m. The door opened. Palmer strolled in, whistling, district manager notes under his arm. He froze when he saw them, Andrew and Sarah waiting in his office. "Alex? Sarah? What?" Andrew cut him off. "We need to talk about the house cards, Rick." Confusion, realization, panic, rage. His face cycled through them all. "Get out, both of you. You're fired." Andrew lifted his phone, screen glowing with photos. "I have every document, handwritten time cards, your spreadsheet tracking stolen wages, and emails showing you were trained to do it." Palmer's face drained of color. "Who the hell are you?" Andrew removed his worn jacket, straightened to his full height. "Andrew Anderson, your boss, the man who built this company, and the man who is about to tear down everything you corrupted." Palmer's mouth opened, but no sound came. Then Sarah stepped forward, voice sharp and calm. "And I'm the worker you robbed for 4 years, the one you called reliable every time you stole from my kids." She pulled out her phone. 236 days of documentation. Every theft, every lie. Palmer's survival instinct kicked in. "Andrew, listen, these workers are lazy. I was keeping standards high." "Stop." Andrew's tone sliced through the air. "I worked beside them. Sarah did more in 1 shift than you do in a week. Thomas scrubbed bathrooms during dinner rush because you wanted to punish him. Maria's been cheated 4 hours a day. You didn't lead, Rick. You leached." Palmer's voice rose. I made this store the most profitable in the company. I did what you wanted. High margins, low costs. You rewarded me." Andrew felt the words hit home. "You're right, I did. I gave you $50,000 for stealing from my workers because I measured success in profit, not people. But that ends now. You can't fire me," Palmer snapped. "I've been here since day one. I know too much." "Is that a threat?" Palmer faltered. "No, we can fix this, quietly." "You stole $52,000 from 15 workers," Andrew said coldly. "And you wrote it down like it was an achievement. Security's outside. You're suspended pending criminal investigation." Palmer's sneer returned. "You're making a mistake. The staff won't thank you. They'll just want more." Sarah's voice was ice. "We don't want more. We just want what we earned." Two officers entered. "Rick Palmer, you need to come with us." He grabbed his keys, glared at Andrew. "You built this company on exploitation. I just perfected it." "No," Andrew said quietly. "You built it on stolen backs. There's a difference." As Palmer was escorted out through the kitchen, every employee watched, past Sarah's prep station, past the time clock, past the ghosts of stolen hours. When the door shut, Sarah exhaled, a trembling, victorious breath. The next morning, every seat in the dining room was filled, cooks, servers, dishwashers, the people Andrew had unknowingly betrayed. "My name is Andrew Anderson," he began. "I built Harvest and Home, and I failed you." Murmurs, confusion, then silence. "Rick Palmer stole from you, wages, hours, dignity, and I let systems exist that made it possible. That's on me." He gestured to Sarah. "She documented it all. She's your new general manager." Gasps, then tears. Andrew opened his briefcase and began handing out envelopes, checks with full restitution. Sarah, $18,000. Thomas, $6,200. Maria, $8,400. Kesha, $9,800. Total, $127,000. Sarah's hands shook. "This is my daughter's asthma medicine for 2 years." Andrew's voice broke. "No more stolen time." He held up a new policy document. "All hours worked are hours paid. No split shifts, third-party audits, worker board oversight, promotions based on merit." He looked around the room, faces once weary, now lit with something fierce. Hope. Tomorrow, the company would face headlines, lawsuits, and backlash. But for the first time in years, it would face itself honestly. Andrew faced the workers gathered in the dining room. This wasn't just a meeting, it was the reckoning. "I'm creating a worker committee," he began. 8 members, elected by you. They'll meet with me monthly. You'll have veto power, real power, over scheduling, workplace safety, and discipline. If I propose something unfair, you can stop me." Maria raised a trembling hand. "And if you just ignore us like every other boss?" Andrew didn't hesitate. "Then you go public. Sarah's documentation and mine are now held by an independent attorney. If I break a single promise, you'll have legal leverage. And the media." He took a breath. The moment that would define everything. Third, leadership change. Sarah Williams is the new general manager. The room froze. Sarah blinked, stunned. What?" Andrew smiled. "You know this place better than anyone. You've lived its injustice and fought for its people. You earned this." Applause thundered through the room. Workers stood cheering. For once, hope wasn't a rumor. It was real. Thomas spoke, cautious but firm. "You said if you fail, we can fire you. Why should we believe that?" Andrew nodded. "Because you can. I'm forming a worker advisory board, 1 representative from every Harvest and Home location. If 51% of you sign a no-confidence vote, I step down as CEO, effective immediately." Silence. Then Sarah stood. Her voice was iron. "And I'll hold him to it. Every word, every promise. If he slips, the world will know." Applause again, louder, prouder, united. Andrew held up another paper. Fourth, company-wide reform. Every store audited. Half of every manager's bonus now depends on worker satisfaction. We measure success in people, not margins. He looked around the room. Maria, exhausted but unbroken. Thomas, finally seen. Jennifer, quietly realizing her privilege. Sarah, who'd fought the dark and brought the light. "I can't undo 4 years of theft," Andrew said softly. "But I can build what I meant to build. A company that lifts, not crushes." 6 weeks later. Never again. Sunlight spilled into Harvest and Home's kitchen. Fresh air from the new openable windows, mats beneath every station, a real break room. Sarah Williams, once a prep cook, now the general manager, arrived early out of habit. On her wall, framed house cards beneath a plaque reading, "Never again." She trained Thomas as assistant manager. She met with Katie Palmer, Rick's niece, offering accountability instead of revenge. "You benefited from what he did," Sarah said calmly. "Ignorance doesn't erase that, but you can do better now." By afternoon, the worker committee met. 8 elected voices. They voted to end uniform deductions, to push for childcare partnerships, to demand repairs and get them. And for the first time, every vote mattered. That night, Sarah looked at her kid's photo. Rent paid, medicine stocked, hope restored. Justice, she realized, wasn't fire and fury. It was peace and stability. 1 year later, Fate Tales headquarters, Atlanta. Andrew stood before 600 employees at the annual meeting. Revenue up 18%, retention up 64%, customer satisfaction at record highs, 1.2 million in worker profit sharing. Applause shook the hall. "But those numbers aren't the story," he said, gesturing to Sarah, now regional manager overseeing 6 locations. "She's the story, the proof that change works." He smiled. "The worker boards vetoed 3 of my proposals this year, and they were right every time. Turns out the people doing the work know more than the guy in the corner office." He paused. "If you've ever felt invisible, this story is for you. You're not invisible. You built something. You deserve to benefit from it. Have you witnessed injustice at work? Tell your story, because the best companies aren't built by one, they're built by all." Fate Tales.